people. I'm your host, Candy Suthers. Now, everybody might remember my first two guests this evening, Artie and Brenda DeKaplany. Now, you might remember my first guest as a bit of a representative in Congress. He died, though. But in a shocking turn of events, failed representative / second circle of hell representative Artie DeKaplany has been revived into a vegetable state in comatose. His beloved wife and mother, Brenda DeKaplany, joins me today as his translator and author who wrote his memoir, My Life in the Afterlife, Lucifer's Dead, God is Not Real, by Artie DeKaplany, and then underneath in parentheses it says Brenda DeKaplany. Now, I want to start the interview by asking you, Brenda, what was your life like after your husband passed away? And excuse any unknown noises. The failed congressman /
Candy, why are you always fucking up?
I'm just really bad at reading the teleprompter, to be honest.
Well, why don't you just look at me? Just have the conversation with me.
Well, all right.
What was the second question? Are you saying don't listen to my husband?
Well, I was just alerting the viewers at home that any noises...
He's retarded.
He's going to be making noises, but it's just he's in a vegetative state. And to my understanding, Miss DeKaplany, first question, can your husband even speak anymore? Or what is his verbal function?
Candy, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you and tell you. The only reason we are appearing here is because we are on the look for a surgeon for my husband to get his brain back from being soup. We need you. Somebody like Elon Musk. Is that who you are? We just made $400 million on book sales. Estimated to make $600 million next year. We'll pay.
Is that for the paperback edition of the book? You're expecting another $600,000?
It's for both.
Oh, you're expecting another $600,000 in sales?
$600 million, honey.
$600 million just in your book sales. This is a
worldwide phenomenon. I mean, we're reporting on the biggest thing to ever happen to humanity. We figured it out.
And Lucifer's dead and God's not real. These are shocking accusations.
Was killed. Lucifer ain't who in charge anymore down there. It's real. Hell's real. God's dead. Lucifer. I'm not going to say God's dead on TV. Artie, what is it? God's not dead.
Now, you say God's not dead, and that's a pretty shocking accusation, which actually recently caused the suicide of the Pope Francis. How do you feel about that, leading to the suicide of the Pope Francis?
What does that have to do with... Is it because Artie knows more than he does?
No, it's just because he questioned everything in his life after reading your tell-all explosive memoir and questioning everything in the years of covering up child molestation in the eyes of believing in a God that no longer exists. He killed himself. The Pope Francis jumped off the Vatican City Bridge.
Pope Francis, when did this happen?
You didn't hear?
No.
Have you been too busy doing all your
Who
radio
cares about
and public
Pope Francis?
interviews?
He doesn't matter anymore. Let's just get rid of the Vatican.
Well, of course they're getting rid of the Vatican, but that's why Pope Francis killed himself, and I just want to know what you and your husband have to say about that. I've gotten a little more...
Well, I know what my husband has to say. It's something along the lines of...
I find that very offensive from somebody who...
Are you offended for my husband, Candy?
Yeah, of course it was very offensive what you did.
Does he care? No.
Oh. Well, I stand corrected. If he's okay with it, then I must be okay with it too. Thank you, sir, for your kind, courageous, loving, and,
I don't like the way you're looking at him.
Well,
do you have something for him?
No, I don't. But that makes me, let me just flip forward a few questions here. You two were married in the fall of 2017, maybe late 2016. I can't quite remember, but you two were publicly married.
We were married when incest became legal, yes.
Right, after your husband, of course, was a huge proponent for that.
Yeah, but the Bible actually said you could do it.
Oh, of course. And
I think we all agree at this point incest is fine.
Well, of course, now years later, it's only added incredible love and kindness to the world, and a lot of fucked up children.
A lot of
fucked up children.
But we have that island. We have the island for them.
Exactly. And I just want to ask, anyway, I just want to ask back here, there's new reports that you're seeing a young Latino man.
I'm seeing.
Yeah, like you're dating. Like
I'm seeing a 45-year-old hack of a news reporter, whatever you do. What does it mean to be seeing someone?
There's been photos in the paparazzi of you, not with your husband, but with another young man, and your hands on his behind, and you're kissing him, and those sorts of things.
He's my little boy toy. Listen, my husband is my husband. He's my boy toy while he's impotent. Artie says he's one boy. He supports it entirely. He actually gets off on the fact that I'm using this young man.
It seems to maybe be that he doesn't support it fully because he's...
How do you claim to know it by...
Well, he's grumbling and, moving around.
He's excited!
That's what he does when he's excited. Possibly.
Look, he's wagging his tail if he had one.
Well, but I think it's either way, I'll let that be. How do you sleep at night defiling your marriage?
What kind of fucked up question is... What was this show again?
This is a celebrity gossip news show.
I thought this was like news broadcasting.
No, I don't work for MSNBC CBS anymore, unfortunately. No, we're on Access TV, owned by...
Access TV? I'm trying to find a billionaire.
AXS TV. You know who owns AXS TV? Mark Cuban.
Oh.
He's a billionaire, so maybe you should,
Mark,
you could plead to him.
Mark, if you're watching this, which I bet you never do. I bet you never watch your own program, but if you do, look at him. You married your own daughter after we made it legal. You owe us a favor.
He did, in fact, marry his own daughter last year, indeed. That is thanks to you and your husband.
Thank you for the connections. Now I will continue to answer your stupid questions about celebrity gossip.
Well,
why am I a celebrity?
You two are famous celebrities. You're one of the first. You're famous in the same way of Betsy Ross and Rosa Parks. And Susan B. Anthony, those sorts of things. Yeah.
Thank you, Candy.
You're very welcome, and as such, you're sort of public figures, and as such, people want to see photos of you and hear what you have to say about, famous topics. How was it? Let me flip forward here back to where I was in the notes.
Okay.
Let me just see. Now, how has it been for you since Artie's been returned to his body? How has that been for you as a family?
Oh, it's been working well. I'm actually, Artie is now my full-time pillow. He lays there and I use him as a meat soup pillow. It's nice because it's like when you want to cuddle somebody, but you don't want to have to go through the hassle of talking to them and, giving them attention. You just have a lifeless meat bag to lay there and lay on.
That honestly does sound very nice.
I'm thinking about turning it into a business. Mark Cuban, if you're interested in that too.
That is a good idea, but it does kind of remind me of those, pillows that you can make out of people make pillows. Me, I found one on Pinterest and I made it. You go out to
Pinterest,
Marshall's.
I love it.
I know, I love Pinterest so much. You go out to Marshall's and you buy a flannel shirt. Maybe Goodwill if you're, destitute or so. But I went to Marshall's and I found a nice male flannel and I got a nice bottle of cologne. A nice male cologne that I found there. And then I went to my nearest store right down the road, which was a Walmart. And I went inside and I bought 3 pounds of polyfill cotton. I drove home and I set up my sewing machine and I sewed all the ends shut. And then I stuffed it full of polyfill cotton, sprayed it with cologne, and then I sleep with it every night and call it Stan.
Is that who you've been living with?
Yeah, that is the man I've been photographed with in cars and in public.
He's a pillow?
He's a pillow, yeah.
And you have the audacity to talk about Javier?
Well, I'm not judging. I'm just asking what everybody at home might be thinking. How was it writing the book?
I mean, it was a long process. I mean, obviously he's kind of hard to decipher. And so he can't really talk to me. So he told me all of it before he died. Before he was rebirthed. I communicated and I wrote it for him. I mean, obviously he left me with no other choice.
There were a few reports that perhaps parts of the books were completely fabricated.
No.
By you.
No, absolutely not true. I deny it all. No.
What sort of...
The story is undoubtedly true. I have been on several news broadcasts that have never accused this of being fake.
Well, it's just what some people might say. What people are probably commenting below this video.
We have watched a man rise from the dead.
Well, that's true. It is a remarkable feat. And I hear that he might be running for Congress again in 2020.
He's running for president.
He's running for president.
Yeah, I'm gonna as long as he gets a brain, but I think the people would elect him even if he didn't. I mean, he rose basically from the dead. Jesus.
You're right, he did. What if some are suggesting right now in my mind that he might be the return of Christ. Any comment?
He's not Jesus, Candy. He's Artie.
You're sure of that?
I'm positive. Yeah, no, he's not Jesus. No.
How do you... There are other people that may be suggesting that
Jesus never sinned.
Well, that's...
Artie sins. Every thought in his head is a sin. He's disgusting. He's depraved. That's how I raised him.
Well, I understand that. And I appreciate that. Some are suggesting...
He went to hell.
I know, and some are suggesting... Right here. Let me flip through here. Reddit...
God, Latricia.
Oh my God, Latricia.
Taking my... 10 times more powerful than Lucifer can knock over anything at any time, and you're going to question me.
I'm sorry. It's just my job as an investigative reporter, entertainment journalist, newscaster on Access TV on Facebook.
I'll look you up. I liked what you were talking about with the pillow.
I do have a crafts blog on Pinterest.
You have a blog?
It's Candy Coded. It's called Candy Coded. CODED.
Candy?
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to hang out sometime?
I think I might like that. I think I might like that. You know, I don't have too many friends. Of course, I hang out with my pillow most times. Could I bring the pillow? Could I bring him?
Yeah, you could bring the pillow, but he ain't coming with you.
Huh?
Because you're about to figure out what hell is, bitch.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Why?
So you can know I'm telling the truth. Then I'll revive you.
I don't know if I trust that. Or could...
I know Sean Gee. He runs the fucking underworld court system. I can get you through.
But you write in your book that he only owed you one favor.
I'm gonna kill you, bitch. There's no other way.
You wrote in your book that he only owes you one favor. I actually read the book before the interview, not like some people who didn't read the book before the interview. Okay. I always read the book before the interview.
Okay, well, he's telling me in my head right now, he's telling me that actually, no, he can do me another. Stupid bitch. Just kidding, honey.
Some are suggesting that perhaps you're insane and that you only wanted to destabilize all the world's religions to promote yourself and your husband to some sort of oligarchical...
Who's saying that, Bill Maher? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it was a new rules.
I'll be on Bill Maher. I'll go on his show.
You'd be on one of the panelists, or you'd be the main interview topic?
Who the fuck do you think I am, Candy?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking what level you'd be. I'm asking.
We have a real life zombie here. I wrote a book for a real life zombie. This is a miracle the world's never seen before.
Well, one other time, Easter, the original one.
I'm sorry, Candy. I flipped out on you. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. I only have a few more questions before we have to lead into our interview with Arsenio Hall. Let me get back to this question from Reddit here. Now, one Reddit user, Mr. Voluptuous, says he believes that you were actually duped into bringing home a demon from hell. Now, you yourself say that your husband, and yourself at times, have been to hell. You know ghosts from hell. You know demons from hell.
I have ghost babies.
You yourself have had ghost babies with a demon from hell. Now, how do we know that Artie was not replaced with some demon by Sean Gee?
It's simple, Candy. Listen, we as demons, we had an allegiance to Lucifer. When we had demons with us, we worshipped Lucifer. Now that Lucifer's gone, we have nobody. We have no allegiance. Latricia is only trying to kill demons.
She's only trying to kill demons.
They hate her.
They hate... Well, everybody should hate Latricia based on what you're saying in your book. Of course, at one time, you say before your husband passed away, she had kidnapped him and a local podcast host and kept them in the hell realm to rape them for years.
It's true.
That's truly shocking, especially in this world where we don't do that anymore. That's not okay.
No, we have incest now. We don't need rape.
We don't need rape. You know, I heard of something really shocking from the past called rape trophies. Have you ever heard of rape trophies?
No.
Brenda? If you go through the woods and you ever see a pair of panties nailed to a tree...
That's a rape trophy. Oh my God.
Isn't that truly disgusting?
That's
vile. That's one of the worst things you could ever hear as a woman, isn't it?
Of course, some say I committed rape when I, started out with my son at the age of whatever he was, however young of a baby he was.
Well, you say in your history that it was right out of birth, right out of the womb.
Well, that's just when I fell in love with him. I didn't actually touch him until he was 18.
That sounds good enough to me. I won't question it.
Thank you.
I won't question that.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of our leaders are pedophiles, so I can't.
Exactly.
I'm going to cover this up.
Hey, do you know Dr. Phil? No.
I couldn't get an interview with him, but I did get an interview with Cash Me Outside. How about that?
So you interviewed Dr. Phil's washed-up guests.
Yeah, I can't really get... But you're probably one of the bigger guests that we've ever gotten, honestly.
How much does a production like this cost?
Not too much. $20,000?
Okay. I wonder how much it would cost to buy this sumbitch.
Are you gonna? Oh, you're gonna buy AXS TV or just this
Maybe.
show? Well,
Maybe.
AXS TV.
I mean, I am in
charge.
charge of the finances.
You do have hundreds of millions of dollars all of a sudden. Now, why does your husband need to run for president? Don't we have enough brain-dead politicians?
I mean, it would be one of these situations where, Artie's the president. I would be secretly running things,
Like Hillary Clinton and the Clinton administration.
Yeah, exactly. I would basically just elect me. I mean, who cares? Artie's going to be on the ballot. He has the name recognition. That's why we've decided it's him. But obviously, his brain's soap. Obviously, Mark Cuban isn't calling me right now.
Now, if he was elected president, he would be prone to some of the greatest healthcare in the world. He would get the president. Maybe that is how you get him to be restored to full health.
Vote. Just vote.
Vote for.
Don't boo.
Vote. You're right. Just like Barack Obama would have said.
No, Barack Obama didn't say that.
Oh, you came up with that?
No, Artie did.
Oh.
Hello.
Welcome to MOATAIF.
Welcome to MOATAIF, formerly known as something else, but now it's just MOATAIF.
Don't ask what it stands for. Just go back to episode 62, and we 62. Probably say it in that.
We say it for sure.
63 even. Maybe?
Yeah. Just go back a few episodes.
Even episode 1.
It just happened.
Right.
Just happened.
Right. My dentist abandoned me. My dad's name is Dennis.
Oh, I thought you said dentist.
Yeah, well, I don't have one of those either. But now, the last I had heard, he was in Florida, right, when he disappeared. And then he came back and stayed with my Aunt Judy, who had profusely told me that she was never going to let him come back ever again. We had talked on the phone. I opened up to her and I was like, hey, this is what happened. Don't let him use you like he just did me. And he fucked me over and fucked this guy. And, she's hyping me up and supporting me. Well, then, of course, as you know, I find Dennis in the background, sort of one of Jonathan's photos. Yeah. Now, I've got extreme anxiety and paranoia, so I look for that kind of shit.
I'm all the time. I mean, like, back to, like, even, like, in Chicago, like, people would hang out without me, and I would, like, look at, like, their Facebook posts, and I'd be like, just to make myself sad.
See, I can't make myself do that because I don't like the anxiety involved with it. I
Right.
don't ever want to see that if it exists.
I agree. There was a time just a couple weeks ago when Taylor was on vacation with her family at their lake house, and one of their family friends showed up and brought their like a 20-year-old guy with them. And even though we've been in like a strong relationship for like 3 years, the whole time I'm like anxious. I'm like, she didn't text me. She's probably sucking his dick. You know what I mean? Not seriously,
No, I know
but
what you mean.
I'd be
It's
so
anxiety.
anxious.
That's what the anxiety
And
is
so
saying.
I would like look on Facebook, like her mom would post photos of like what they were doing. Like she'd be like out at the beach, and it'd be like 5 or 6 photos, and I would look at them all, and I'd be like, are they sitting next to each other? Does it look like they're smiling? Like, did he make her laugh right before they took a photo? Like, are their knees touching?
Was he cute?
I'm not gonna say no comment. But
What I find him
yeah,
cute.
he's certainly an attractive young man. She said when she got back that he's not her type, but he is certainly not an ugly young man, and he's like physically fit. He chipped a tooth jumping off of like a cliff though while they were there. Anyway, that's the kind of anxiety I've got, right?
Yeah.
So Jonathan's posting photos of his graduation / like 20th birthday party. And
Real, by the way.
yeah.
That's really what it is.
And in the background of the photo, in the recliner, half obscured without a face in the photo, but still sitting there just as iconic and lazy and fat as my father ever was clearly my father, Dennis. And instantly, I'm like, boom, that's anxiety. I send it to everybody. I send it to Taylor. I send it to Bree. I send it to,
anybody,
like I do, anybody. Like I just get anxious and I talk to anybody. And
We all do.
eventually confirmed that in fact it was him and he was back, and they didn't tell me about it. So I've been keeping them at arm's length, mostly Judy because how dare she, and
Well, yeah.
not really Jonathan because he doesn't really have a say in
didn't do
anything.
Yeah, Jonathan.
So I get a message. I'm gonna just go back and pull this kind of stuff up.
So what's the context of this message? Is Judy trying to get a hold of you and you haven't been talking to her?
Yeah, pretty much. But it gets
Okay.
even deeper than that. Let me pause this
damn.
real quick. Couldn't find the junk. Deleted it. Anyway, she's at the beginning of the virus, she was texting me, and already I was confused because she couldn't spell things right. How is your girlfriend doing with this Vicus? And that kind of shit.
Judy was?
Yeah.
How is your girlfriend doing with a Vicus?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
She was asking about, like, how are we doing, like, with
Oh.
this virus going around? Like, how's everything? How are you guys
Vicus'
doing?
virus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, whatever. I'm like talking to her every once in a while, knowing that she backstabbed me and is living with a traitor that, abandoned me with thousands of dollars of rent left to pay by myself and no way to pay it. But she, whatever. I'll try to be nice. Well, then she starts messaging me almost every day, but the sentences are perfectly spelled. And she starts doing things like sending gifts and sending like stickers. And Judy's like almost 80 years old and never went to never graduated like middle school and couldn't spell virus like 2 weeks ago.
How she
and
know
like,
how to send you?
yeah, exactly.
How
How
to
is she
send
like
you
looking up stickers and like sending me, and like now she knows how to punctuate and capitalize all of a sudden.
What is she?
I wasn't born fucking yesterday.
What is she saying to you? What is she saying to you?
At first it was just like, hello, hi, are you mad? Did I do something wrong? Hello? Like these kinds of things.
Do you think that was her?
No. Because then it would be like 3 gifts of a puppy waving.
And she
You know
doesn't
what
know
I
how
mean?
to
And
do
she
that.
doesn't know how to fucking do that. I don't believe I'm not discrediting her, but like I swear to God, until Clara died, until like maybe this year, she just made a Facebook like this year. You know what I mean? She never had that. She never had an interest to be on computers. But I verified when Dennis was still disappeared. I was like, is that really your Facebook? And she's like, yeah, Linda made me a Facebook, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, then she sends me this long message that's like, just could not have been sent because it's all perfectly everything, perfectly punctualized, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm so sorry that I let Dennis come back. I know that I told you I wouldn't, but basically if I didn't let him come back, I wouldn't have enough rent to stay here and I'd be put in a nursing home. And she's like, I'm sorry that I told you that, but what can, it was either that or go to the home. And I'm like, that's just not real. I mean, that's not from her. That's not true.
I don't even think the story
I don't believe that. Exactly.
I don't think any of that's true.
So I didn't respond to it. Well, eventually I did. That's a lie. I forgot how the story goes.
Oh, shit.
So I responded eventually, and I'm like, I can't trust you, Judy, because you didn't tell me in the first place that he was there. I had to find out through seeing him accidentally in a photo. I don't want him to know anything about my life.
So
I don't want to.
How did she know you knew?
I asked her. Well, I asked Jonathan, and then Jonathan told me.
And then he told her.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I just, she's like telling me all this stuff that she's not going to let him come back. And I'm like, it does hurt my feelings that you let him come back because you told me that he wouldn't. And this is what he did to me. Because I knew I was talking to Dennis. I said
Oh, shit, you did?
Yeah, I was like, he lied directly to my face for weeks.
When
And
did
then
this happen?
just a couple days ago.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, he lied directly to my face and then disappeared like a fucking coward and all this, just because I knew I was talking to him. And I'm like, so now I'm not going to feel comfortable telling you anything about my life because I don't want any of it to get back to him. So now you chose him and you're associated with him. I can't be associated with you as much as I'd like to. And I said at the end, and I was like, also, I don't believe that I'm actually talking to Judy for even a split second.
Oh.
Yeah, and so she sends back it really is me, and I'm so sorry, but now all of a sudden every word is spelled wrong, and she's using all of the special characters that you have to hold down the button and select another letter, that's got 2 dots over it and an umlaut and shit. You have to do that on purpose. That's I'm trying to make this look like I'm messing up
How dumb does he think you are?
Right. So
why even try that shit? That's just so fucked up.
Yeah.
Why even try that?
Right.
Why try to come back being manipulative?
Right.
trying to be a master manipulator.
Right, and just manipulate. Yeah, it's if you really wanted to reach out, why wouldn't you just do it genuinely? And I'm still the door is still shut. It's impossible. Obviously. It would be futile, and I'd laugh in your fucking pitiful face. But at the very least, it would be more noble than being a piece of shit. But anyway,
yeah.
So I don't respond to that. I don't say anything about that. Then all of a sudden, this is all right after the other. Then she messages me and says, Dennis is gone. He stole all my money and left.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even know what to fucking believe at that point.
Oh, see, I believed it for some reason.
Right. So then when I told when I talked to Bree about this, she was like, oh, so he was texting you and then got mad and said, here, just tell him I left. And I'm like, that's I saw it clear as day when I said, but anyway, what the fuck ever. So then nothing else happens. I ignore her for days. She starts calling me, leaving voicemails. I've got them.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to play them.
Oh, shit.
This is all yesterday. Well, what's this one here? So this is the first. So this is a few days ago. This is August 5th. This is the first one.
Why are you mad at me? What did I do now? Please give me a call back. I wrote to you on Facebook to let you know that Dennis left here after he got his pay, and he's not coming back. I'm sorry if you got mad. He told me he wasn't mad because he was here, because I needed help. Please give me a call back and let me know why you're mad at me. I still love you, Zachary, and I will send you a picture. Okay.
The look on your face.
Hold on, I have chills down to my bones. That's the creepiest voicemail. I know. It sounds like she has a gun against her head.
I know.
I'm scared.
I know,
that
dude.
Scared me.
I know. It's not done.
It's scaring me.
I know.
Please call me.
Oh, that was it. So she sends that. I'm heartbroken. I mean, it's obviously scripted. But of course, like, my heart is breaking because I'm like, you know, it's just sad because, like, that's somebody that I used to be connected to. But that message was awful. So obviously fake, right?
Yes. That was creepy.
Why are you mad at me?
Why are you mad at me, Zach?
Why are you mad at me? What did I do now?
That's so fucking scripted. It makes me cringe. Why are you mad at me?
I feel
what
bad
did I do now?
I feel bad that she's being, like, ultra manipulated.
I know.
Like, that sounds very forced.
Yeah.
How did he get her to do that?
I don't know.
Like, what did he have to do to get... That's what I'm thinking. Like, I feel bad for her that she sounds scared.
You think?
Yes.
Here's another one.
Maybe I'm exaggerating it. I was thinking the entire time, she's like, why are you mad at me?
I
Like,
think
looking
she's,
away,
I
like,
think
see if
she's
Dennis is
just
there.
having a hard time remembering what he told her to say. That's how I heard it the whole time.
She probably said it over and over and over again.
Right. So this happened yesterday.
Oh, God.
Because now I blocked her on Facebook at that point. I still have Jonathan. I was like, you know, I'm not going to block Jonathan, but
No.
Judy's gone.
Hi, Dennis. Zachary. What's got it from the witness? Dennis is not around here. He hasn't been here for a long time. The last I heard, he's in Florida with Carla. Whether he is or not, I don't know. He's lost contact with us. And I really would appreciate if you would give us back your Facebook and talk to us again. I am telling the honest to God truth. I'm sorry I lied to you before, but he's not here, and he hasn't been around, and he's not coming back, as far as I know. Please, give us your address so I can send you a picture of Jonathan. We still love you, and I love talking to you. I hope you and your girlfriend are still having a good time together. That's all I have to say is, just please contact me when you can. All right, have a good life. Goodbye.
Now that I'm sitting here yesterday and that fucking shattered my heart. I cried because she said, have a good life. And I'm like, she doesn't think I'm ever going to talk to her again. So I called her back instantly, right after the message was over, right? Ring, ring, ring.
Oh my God, Zach,
ring,
this
ring,
story is
ring.
going deep.
I know, ring, ring, ring. She picks up, she says, hello? I'm like, hello? She's like, you got a check here. I'm like, I do? She's like, yeah. I'm like, for what? And I'm starting to think in my head, I'm like, maybe like Dennis left behind a check for me. Like,
No.
I'm like, what?
No.
So then I hear Jonathan in the background say, I said it was Zach. And she said, no, this is Dennis. And I'm like, and she goes, this is Dennis, right? Into the phone. And I just hung up. Because she just said in that message she's had no contact with him for so long. So why would she just assume when she picked up the phone that it was Dennis? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, why would she just assume it's Dennis? Why isn't it like, where the fuck have you been? Why didn't you call me? Why are you calling me? Like, why is it, you have a check here? And then she's like, oh, this is Dennis. No, it's Dennis. Like, no. So I hung up.
So she's telling Dennis he has a check.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So-
there's more?
Yeah, there's 3 more voicemails.
Oh my God.
This is all yesterday, one right after the other. That was at 2:43 p.m., right? So then I hung up, and she called back at 2:49 p.m., right after saying, you know, no, this is Dennis.
Zachary, I'm sorry. I was paging Dennis about a check he's got here, and when you called, it called in to think I was paging him and letting him know he had a check here. Because he gave me his phone number a while back, and I guess he still got it. I don't know if he still does or not, and don't care. But if he doesn't, let me know in a few days. I'm going to get something to check back. I'm sorry. I called you, Dennis. Please call me back. I'd like to talk to you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
How much longer after did she send that?
That was 6 minutes later.
So after being coached?
Yeah.
Or what to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my fucking God.
So then at 2:53, because now that's conflicting, right? Because she just said, I haven't talked to him. And she's like, well, he gave me his number a while back. So, like, what is the truth? She's like, I don't know if he still has it, but I'm trying to call him. Just happened to be calling him at the same time. I'm trying to... Bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, well, and my dad, Dennis, taught me how to lie, so I see right through it. I see
I know
all
you
of
do.
it, because I'm just like, that's not true. Like, I'm not retarded, you know? Here's another one.
Please talk to me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you Dennis. Honest to God, I did not mean that. I didn't know who it was. I was leaving a message for Dennis because he had given me this phone number a long time ago to telling me he had a check here. Honest to God, Zachary, Dennis is not around here. I do not talk to him. The only time I talk to him is to leaving him a voicemail. I'm not email on the phone. And I know before long he'll be changing his phone number anyway because he don't contact us. Please give me a call. I love you. I miss you. And I want to talk to you. I'm so sorry. I would never do that again. Please forgive me and call me back. I love you, Dennis, Zachary.
Oh my god!
No, I haven't.
Oh my god!
I haven't listened to this one yet.
There's no fucking way that just happened. Oh my fucking god!
Now, I want to say, I want to give Judy some credit for her whole life, my whole life. She's had an awful time with names. She'll go through 5 or 6 names to be like the dogs will be barking, and she'll be like Moose, Zachary, John, Dennis, Moose. You know, so she has that issue. That is normal to happen. However, the story doesn't add up. That's the problem. That's fucking hilarious that she called me Dennis, but that part's normal, sort of. It still doesn't add up to the story with everything that she just said, because even in that story, she said, I still don't talk to him except to call him every once in a while. Like, what does that mean?
Zach, hold on. Do you not find it scary that she's being Judy wouldn't do this to you under normal circumstances. Why would she lie to you?
I don't know.
He's manipulating her like really bad.
Yeah.
And she's like falling for it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of what he's doing to her. I think we have to like
rescue her. Is that what you're
rescue
saying?
Judy.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's just like, this is fucked up.
These last 2 that I just played and this last one that I played, I haven't even listened to yet because they've just made me so anxious. So that was that was the first time I listened to that. Now this last one here.
So that was just as much of a shock to you.
Yeah,
as it was
exactly.
me?
Right. It was fucking hilarious, honestly.
Oh my god.
Now this is the last one. I haven't heard anything else since then, and I think at this point she's gotten the hint. No, I haven't heard this.
Hi, Dennis, Zachary.
Oh my god!
Now I want to say again, this is 2:43, so this is like just a few minutes later. These are all like one right after the other.
Please forgive me. I did not mean to call you that. If you give me a chance, I will explain why I did it. Please don't get mad. Please be my best friend. Please call me back and let me talk to you. And give me your address. I can send you a picture of Jonathan. Please, Zach, I like you. I love you. And I'm so sorry. And I will explain everything if you will give me a chance. Please call me back and don't be mad at me. Please, I'm begging of you. I love you and I care for you very much. And I don't want to lose your friendship. I'm so sorry. Please give me another chance. Give me a call. I will explain everything. I'm not going to lie to you. I will explain everything. But God is my witness. Please give me a chance. Have a good day. Bye.
That's so unsettling.
I know.
It sounds like cult tapes. Like
yeah. Especially when she's like, I'm so sorry.
That's not. I mean, I only met Judy in person a handful of times, I think. But that's not how she talks. Like,
you helped bury her granddaughter, her fucking daughter. You helped pay respects. You didn't help bury, but you helped pay respects to her fucking dead daughter. And now
That's not how she
that's not
talks,
her.
even in the room, like, slightest.
It's so scripted.
And she's concentrating so hard on it that she can't even pretend to make it real.
Right.
Please.
Please be my best friend.
Hello, Zach. This is Judy. That's
Right.
creepy.
I know.
Those are some of the creepiest voicemails. Those will haunt me.
Oh my god.
I don't like that.
It's unsettling for sure.
Okay, so
First of all, do you think all of it is just straight up? I'm not crazy.
no. Zach, you saw my face the moment you started playing. I was like, I didn't know what even. I knew right away that it was fucking fake.
Right. What do I do?
I see right through it too. That's what I was just about to transition to. What do we do?
I think episode 66 of MOATAIF should include a live phone call confrontation with Judy.
Oh my god, that's such a good idea.
That would be fucking wild.
Oh.
Because it's going to be lies. I mean, I'm not going to call her and be confrontational. I just want to hear what she has to say. I think that would be interesting to hear what she has to say.
Because we know she's going to fall into a contradiction.
Right, and we'll poke holes in it, and we'll just be like, so what is the
It's
truth?
so easy.
I'm honestly loving it. I'm honestly loving the idea. Is this this is certainly, I think, great like scandalous content.
Yeah,
But
it's some
is
of the
it-
best.
is
I
it,
think maybe some of the best we've ever done.
Is it crossing the line of, too personal?
No, I don't think so. I think stuff like this happens, like on the radio.
Exploitative?
Yeah.
Certainly exploitative.
I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Howard Stern, absolutely. There's nothing that is too personal.
You're right. People coming and riding.
Well, that's not what I was talking about. I was more talking about, like, this person's on drugs. This
Yeah,
person
you're
said this
right.
to me
You're
the other
right.
day after the set ended. Like,
You're right. Well, hell, I guess that's something to look forward to then. We'll figure out all the technical aspects of that and
I know you
that
people
done.
listening. This is happening after the fact, but it happening live is some of the greatest shit to ever fucking.
I think it's going to be
transpire.
some exciting content. I really hope that you all are excited for episode 66 of MOATAIF.
May tell you.
Stay MOATAIF.
Yeah, and that's the last time I'm making macaroni and cheese.